Hello everyone, it's been a minute. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Sanjana, and I usually make videos about ancient Indian history. I'm on a mission to rediscover India's rich cultural heritage through extensive research into Indian scriptures. I believe that it is our duty not to dismiss things just because we don't understand it, but to actually take the initiative to learn why. And once we do, we find that ancient India was a place where spirituality often embraced modern science. But enough of that. Today's video is a little different, as you've probably guessed already by the title. I haven't posted in a while, and I just felt like making a video about why, talking about me and where I've been, what life's looked like lately, and what's coming next for this channel. So first things first, I actually went on an exchange program and I came back about a week ago. I still don't even know how to sum it up in a way that makes sense. There was a lot of new things that I learned, ups and downs, as it was a big move for me, but overall it taught me so much, different ways of learning and just honestly about myself. So I also kind of fell out of my old routines, like making videos and posting them on this channel. Yeah, so a bit more about the details. I did my exchange in Netherlands. I was studying pharmacology and drug development, and honestly, it was one of the hardest things I have ever studied. The classes were intense. All of them were in English, of course, but I was constantly out of my comfort zone. But weirdly, I loved every moment of it, and that is such a unique feeling to have, where you're struggling with something and finding it challenging, but still somehow enjoying it. So that was the whole vibe. That was the whole theme, basically, of this entire exchange experience. Challenging, but still one of the best experiences I've had. One of the nicest classes I took was where we had to write a research proposal about a real drug that was withdrawn from the market. And the drug that I had to write about it was called rimonabant, which was actually pulled from the market a few years ago. It was a weight loss drug that had drastic side effects, so I had to write a research proposal reworking it or repurposing the drug to bring it back to the market safely. That was one of the more interesting papers I've written. Yeah, that was just a little example about what I studied. I do like science, not just history, and they don't even have to exist in two separate worlds, because even if I was studying pharmacology and drug development, I kept thinking about ancient medical systems like Ayurveda and how it talks about stem cell preservation. Maybe that's something more to explore in future videos. Anyways, I'm back at my home university, still studying what I like, which was chemistry, and my obsession with ancient India is still very much alive. If anything, going to the Netherlands gave me a new way to look at it, because I'd meet new people who didn't know anything about Indian history or Indian culture, and suddenly I had to explain it from scratch. So it kind of reminded me about why I started this channel in the first place. For example, one moment that I still remember from my exchange was a conversation that I had with my now friend about a necklace that I wear. I'm wearing it right now, actually, and she noticed that I never take it off, and it says Om over here, but honestly she thought that it said the number 30 on it. So when she asked me what it was, I froze a bit. Like, how do I explain to someone Om in just a sentence, and why do I wear it? So I think I started with something like, oh, it's the sound of the universe, and then I jumped to it's actually used in the beginning of most mantras, and then somehow I ended up saying it's kind of the symbol of Hinduism. So I had a bit of a chaotic explanation, but this also made me realize that these things that feel so familiar to me can be a total mystery to someone else. And it pushed me to learn how to explain them properly from the inside out. But anyways, my friend was really receptive to learn, and it led to this really beautiful talk about what it actually means, and it made me realize just how often I've had to explain Hinduism in different contexts that I wasn't too prepared for. I even remembered being at the Anne Frank Museum and hearing swastika used, and just hearing the word swastika used in that context made me a bit uneasy, like, should I be saying something? Because what they were actually referring to was the Nazi version of it, which is the Hakenkreuz, or the hooked cross. Not the original Indian swastika from ancient Indian traditions, which has a completely different meaning. So moments like these made me want to explain Sanātana Dharma clearly, not just for others, but to myself as well, so that it doesn't come off defensively, but more so authentically. So as you can guess, I started doing my research, something to help me put into perspective that Hinduism or Sanātana Dharma isn't just a religion in the Western sense of the word. as we know, it's a whole philosophy of life, and the more I talked about it with people, I realized how few even knew that. So that's why I ended up creating this image over here. I will insert it on screen about now, and it helped me organize my own thoughts about Sanātana Dharma in a way that makes sense without oversimplifying it too much. So it's not just seen as a religion, but as a whole approach to life. And on a lighter note, I realized that we're really close to 1,000 subscribers and almost at the 2-year mark for this channel. So I was thinking of doing a little Q&A video to celebrate. So if there's anything you wanted to ask about ancient India, Sanātana Dharma, or about the creator of this channel, which was me, drop it in the comments or send me a message on Instagram. I would love to respond to these questions and make a whole video of it. If you're still watching, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste.